Hello everyone and welcome to 5-Minute News. All the news you need and all the time you have. This week's top story is Super Tuesday and Biden's incredible bump. After a decisive win in South Carolina, he managed to convince Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar to drop out of the race, who subsequently endorsed him, giving him a much-needed push in Super Tuesday, leading to an outstanding victory for him and his campaign. As the New York Times put it, Biden dominates South. As of this recording, Biden is in the lead. However, there are still a lot of delegates not yet assigned that could see Sanders or Biden come out on top. While this was clearly a defeat for Sanders, the race isn't over for him yet, as he still won several states. Following this week's events, it's becoming increasingly clear that this is a two-way race between Biden and Sanders, which has led to calls for every other candidate to drop out. A call that Bloomberg accepted today. Following his poor performance, he dropped out of the race, which means we can finally have the answer to what over $500 million invested can buy you. A win in American Samoa. I'm sorry, it's just he only won American Samoa. $500 million. Anyway, sorry, back on it. Warren has also racked up delegates, but came in third in her own state, causing cries from progressives in the party for her to drop out of the increasingly narrowing field. In the midst of all this, Tulsi Gabbard is present. Next week, on March 10th, a Little Tuesday states will which could cause Sanders to pull ahead or put Biden further ahead. Only time will tell. In other news, the novel coronavirus, which causes COVID-19, continues to spread and may even have infected Vice President Pence. This week, a student whose classmates had met with Pence was confirmed to have the virus. This would not be the first time that a vice president of a country got it, as Iran's vice president has also tested positive for it. Iran's situation continues to degrade, as over 8% of their parliament tested positive. The country is struggling to cope with the virus due to sanctions imposed by President Trump in November. The sanctions have made it difficult for WHO to get supplies into the country. Additionally, due to the sanction, Iran's main trade partner, which is China, is having problems on its own with supply chain disruptions. Unfortunately, unlike Italy, who's also had a huge outbreak, they cannot go trade with the U.S. due to the sanctions. Luckily, President Trump announced that he would be willing to reduce or even remove the sanctions while the virus remains a threat, though at this time no progress on that has been made. Speaking of the U.S., the virus continues to spread, with the U.S. infection now at 80 people with 9 deaths. While the CDC is claiming the spread is a matter of when, not if, Trump has constantly and consistently told the public not to worry. Just today he said that no one should be afraid of flying, despite hundreds of canceled flights. The reasoning behind this is evidently clear. Trump has tied his entire re-election campaign into the stock market, which has had one of the biggest turbulent weeks in history, dropping substantially, though I feel like that's been said a lot in the past couple months. An ex-Goldman Sachs executive has said that this market correction was long overdue and could just be a temporary thing, though I don't know if you really want to trust one of the main proponents of the 2008 recession, though I guess they would know more than most about sending the U.S. into a recession. COVID-19 spread has also rippled into the movie industry, with the last Daniel Craig James Bond movie No Time to Die being pushed back from its early April release to November. While not directly stated, the underlying fear is evident and leaked by industry insiders. The real question is whether this virus spread will continue and that people won't go to the movies because of it. The question that many in the movie industry are asking is, will this virus fade away, or is it much more serious? And only time will tell the answer to that. In other movie news, Pixar's new movie Onward was censored in Russia, with the studio's first major LGBTQ plus character having her line changed from girlfriend to the more gender-neutral partner. Like a cowboy partner. Sorry. Anyway, a major factor in this could be Russia's gay propaganda law, which makes it illegal to tell kids about homosexuality. Knowing that law is in place may make this change more obvious, but one has to wonder how much these movie studios will continue to bend over backwards to fit in with international law, as opposed to following artistic vision. Malaysia earlier this year censored a scene in the movie Abominable, which showed China owning contested regions of the South China Sea. The why in both cases is clear. Russia and China both have a lot of people, and frankly Malaysia is a much smaller concern when it comes to box office revenue, when China is becoming an increasing juggernaut in terms of revenue. All in all, it's been a very busy week for everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. That's about all the time we have. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave a like, and tune in next time when we'll talk about COVID-19 again, Little Tuesday results, and much more. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.